My number one trucking company in Canada, if you were to ask me, hey, which company will you recommend for a young driver in Canada? I will tell you to start looking for job in Mammoet. Mammoet is my number one trucking company. Like when it comes to good pay, when it comes to great benefit, when it comes to experience, when it comes to training, I'll give it to Mammoth. Especially training, I'll give it to Mammoth. They are the best. See, Mammoth is in Canada. Mammoth is in United States. There's Mammoth in Ireland. There's Mammoth in Australia. So they are all around the world. So and if like when it comes to trucking, they have everything. When it comes to crane, they have everything. When it comes to every equipment, no matter how big that equipment is, they want to haul, they want to carry. Mammoth has all the equipment, to do it. So they train their driver. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Taiwo, and if this is your first time seeing my face, don't forget to click on the like and the subscribe button. You know what? Once you subscribe to my channel, you are not just a follower, you're not a fan, you are a family. You're free to drop your comment, follow me on Instagram, say hi to me on Instagram, send me a message. If you have anything, any question to ask me, drop it as a comment below or send me a private message on Instagram. I read all my comments, I read all my messages, and definitely I'll reply to your comment or your question. So how's it going out there? I'm in Canada, I'm in Alberta here. So where are you watching me from? Drop it as a comment below. Let me know where you're watching my video. Just drop a comment to me and I'll like your comment. You know. Yeah, driver goes through in-house training that you so I will tell people that if you work for a company like Mammoth, the next goal you need to have is to become an owner operator, because you will not want to work for any other local company anymore. Like you be like you because you are earning good money, so you have a good benefit and you are a good training, like you've been trained and you traveled, you've met a lot of people and a lot of your colleagues. So it's one of the best company in Canada. Like the experience in working with them, you will never get that experience in any other company in Canada. I'll tell you this. If someone works with Mammoth, with a company like Mammoth, you will never get that experience in any other company in Canada. So I've never worked with them, but I envy their driver. Anytime I'm passing, anytime I'm going through Highway 53, so now from Fort Mac to Edmonton, and I see their truck coming or their stars, and I'll always envy them. Like if you see this, like if you see their staff, like the experience working with them, like seeing them taking heavy crane, seeing them hauling different heavy big equipment on the way, I'll just take a look like, man, I love this experience. So I'll tell you, like working with a company like Mammoth is the best thing any driver will always wanted. And as a young driver, this company don't just hire anyhow person. This company, Mammoth don't just, from what I gather, they don't hire anyhow people. Like they will hire you based on your history. They will hire you based on your experience. So they will hire you based on what have you ever had an accident, have you ever had any demerit points, have you ever had any incident before, so what is your driving record. They will ask for everything. They will do their background check to see how, like, if you're capable of being their driver. And also, like, or maybe they'll hire you based on referrals, even if you're like, referrals means that someone internal we need to like refer you, like someone internal. If one of their staff refer you, like someone internal refer you for that position, they will give you that job. So is this company that I will always advise people, a young driver, to to work for, because Getting a class one license is not cheap. People don't understand that. Like there are a lot of adverts, hey, especially for we immigrant. I'm talking to my fellow immigrant here, like from Nigeria and everything, or from Africa, from India. They'll come to Canada, they'll struggle, gather that money to get that class one license. Class one license is not cheap. It's not cheap. To get a class one license, to get that trucking license in Canada will cost you from 5,000 and above, $5,000. If you're in my province here in Alberta, it will cost you nothing from 8,000 and above, 8K and above. So in my town here in Fort McMurray, it's $10,000 to get that class one driver a license, because you have to go to college. So in my distance here, but in Edmonton, I think it's around 8,000. Maybe in Calgary, it's around like 7,000, 8,000 also. But in Ontario, I heard it's cheap in Ontario. Like, I've never been to Ontario, but I heard it is cheap. You can still get it for like 5,000. Ontario make it easy for anybody that inspired to become a truck, to get like to become a trucker. So your Ontario make it easy, but depending on your province, the province that you are in Alberta, yes, I'm in Alberta, so I'm gonna say things based on what I know here in Alberta. It is not cheap, except maybe you have a government incentive. So that means that maybe you come to Canada with a PR, or maybe you're a citizen and all that, or maybe scholarship incentive and all. So which Alberta government have even stopped it. So now it's going to cost you about $7,000, like take it or leave it, to get that class one license. Now, if you get that license, most of these companies will now be offering you like $25 after you paid 7,000 to get that license. Company will now be paying you. This is my class one license. This is my license here. Let me show you. So this is my license. So now, and after you paying that amount of money, after paying that, after paying 10,000, after paying 8,000, that huge amount of money to get that license, company most of these company will be offering to pay you $25, $30, which you would think, you just look at yourself like, what kind of rubbish payment is this? But one thing people don't understand about trucking in Canada is that most of these big companies that will pay you 40, 50, $55 are paying for experience. They will not pay a young driver $55. No. So because young driver tend to make a lot of mistakes. Young driver tend to make a lot of accidents, lot of errors. So you are still new. You are still driving under a supervision. Like, they don't trust you yet. Most big companies don't hire new truckers. They will always want to hire you based on your experience. They will always want to hire you based on what you have upstairs. They will always want to hire, they will check your history, they will check your demerits, they will check your police report, they will check everything, they will do a lot of background check. What can you make as a young new truck driver, fresh from the oven in Canada? You just receive your license, or maybe you are still thinking of, you know, becoming a truck, becoming getting that truck driving license, your class one. I'm going to include this, that there are so many people. I know so many people that have class one license, that truck driver's license, and they never used it. You can decide to go for it. Just have the license. Go for the training, get the license, and you can just have it as a backup plan. Kind of, just maybe you lost your job, or maybe there's a layoff or anything. You can just have it, and don't use it. So you don't need, but it will have, anytime you're ready, you pick it up, you look for a job. Even include it on your CV, it will show that you are different. There are so many people, like, they will include their class one. They don't use it, but they have it. So if you include it on your CV, the company will know that, man, this is different. There are some companies that they are looking for some other position, but they will include that you must have a class one license. You are not driving trucks, but they just want someone that have a class one license. There are so many positions like that, especially in Alberta. My question: how much can I make as a new driver in Canada? I will say you make from minimum from $25 an hour to whatsoever. Like I don't want to say like to any amount that you always have that goal from. But as a new driver, you make nothing. At least the minimum pay will be from $25. The reason why I said it is that Canada is a big country. Every province have their own minimum wage. The amount they pay a class one holder in Ontario, in Manitoba, is different from in Alberta. There are a lot of class one, drivers jobs in Alberta. Like there are a lot of companies in Alberta. There are a lot of oil field, oil rigs. There are a lot of industry here in Alberta. So, and anywhere that we have all this kind of thing, there's always a shortage of drivers. So Alberta tend to pay more. I don't know. I've never been to you know, other province. But I think Alberta is still one of the top province in Canada that pays the most for for the truck for a truck driver for a driver. So I will say this, like in Alberta here, the minimum you will earn as a new driver at worst, like they are lowballing you, will be from $25 per hour. So now, and later with your experience, you can get more. Or look for a company that will pay you more. But at worst, low ball, like the lowest. Like I'm desperate in need of a job. You need something to do. Like you are desperate. You just need a job as soon as possible. The minimum all this mom and pop shop will pay you, a company will pay you, or should pay you, will be $25. But people earn more than, I'm just saying like low balling, so to the end, so will be $25. So yeah, if you have anything, any question to ask me, drop it as a comment below or send me a private message on Instagram. I read all my comments, I read all my messages, and definitely I'll reply to your comment or your question. So as you're going out there, I'm in Canada, I'm in Alberta here. So where are you watching me from? Drop it as a comment below. Let me know where you're watching my video. Just drop a comment to me and I'll like your comment. I'll